Yes, sir. I'm a native, born here in Rockdale County in 1940. Went to I graduated. Well, it changed from Conyers to Rockdale County High School a couple years before I graduated in 1958. So graduated Rockdale County High School and just had many fond memories growing up. Yes, we were a small town back then and more of a rural community than anything. And I lived about 3 miles outside of town, and that's where I grew up. And just like I say, a lot of good memories. When I was a small child, we moved into the city down on Main Street, the upper end of North Main Street. And when I was 5, Dad bought the house on Ebenezer Road, and I've been in that area ever since. He gave me some land when I got married, and just below the house, and so I'm still in the same spot where I really grew up. Yes, I had several family members fairly close by. We'd ride bikes, play baseball out in a field, and we had a little country store called Grenade Store right down just a short piece from the church here, and used to go there and get knee-high orange and and Coca-Cola too. We drank both, but I loved the knee-high oranges and candy, and just a little small block building, but service to the community. And I remember playing a lot of baseball, and we didn't have enough to really field 2 teams. We would just kind of be a ragtag member, and rode my bike a lot. It was all dirt roads back then, and where I grew up is just about maybe half a mile from the church here.
You said you were military?
Yes, I served in the Army 2 years and 6 years in reserve. I went in when I was 19. I graduated, and I worked at the local. It was called Rockdale Hardware. It was a local hardware store. I worked there for a few months after graduation, and then went in on the draft, and like I say, served 2 years active duty, and then 6 years reserve. And after basic training and schooling at Fort Jackson, South Carolina, was sent to Korea, and I served 13 months over there. It was not during the conflict. At that time, everything was, well, it was peaceful, but it wasn't peaceful. There was little stuff going on all the time, but still, no conflict that I had to go through. But I guess some positive sides would be that we graduated slowly into paved roads, which cut down on the amount of dust and mud. Also, having some things we didn't have to go into Atlanta for, that business came. I hated to see the old downtown, which was the hub of things back in my day. Now it's coming back together. I mean, I know there's a lot of things going on in the downtown area now, but that was our life back then, was the downtown. And I worked in my high school days. I worked at local grocery store there, Freeman Brothers Grocery, and would work afternoons after school and then all day on Saturday, and got to meet a lot of people. And my dad was the butcher there at the little store, and then after that started work when I graduated and got back home from the Army. Went to work with the Postal Service, and of course post office back then. And by growing up in Conyers and working at the grocery store there, I knew so many people, and I started out as a walking route, and of course everybody knew me, and so it was just I enjoyed that part of growing up here. And I think the worst thing now probably is traffic. Back then, no traffic, and now it's awful. For the last 20 years, I did Santa Claus. I started out doing them all in Pennsylvania. And after some knee surgery, I decided to just do it locally, just on my own. And so I did 3 years at the mall, and then 17 years of just doing churches, schools, some businesses, and then just private stuff with families. And it was. I enjoyed that so much better than the malls because it was more relaxed, and you got to spend more time with kids, and it was just a good time. I've been married for, oh my goodness, I'm married in '62. I can't. My math is gone for now, but I have 2 grown sons and have 7 grandchildren and 6 great-grands. Also, being a native of Rockdale County, I have been in this church since I was born, and I've spent a few years away, 2 years in the Army. I served 2 small churches here in Rockdale County as their music director, 2 years at each church, but most of the time I've been right here at Rockdale, and I've just thanked the Lord that I grew up in Rockdale County and to be able to be a part of this church and serve Him here in this community. Thank you. Yeah, I'd like to wish a very happy anniversary, 150th anniversary, by the way, to Rockdale County. I've been here for 80 years of that 150 years, so I've seen good times and some not so good times, but I'm glad that I've had the opportunity to grow up in Rockdale County and be a part of this area, and I expect to be here until I go home. So.